Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is December 8th, 2022. December 8th in the Catholic tradition is a celebration of a feast day for Mother Mary. It celebrates her Immaculate Conception, her great purity, and it also happens to be my birthday. I am 70 years old today. And I woke up wondering how it felt to be 70. And then immediately the thought was, and I wonder how it will feel to be 80. So looks like I'm planning to stick around for a while, which I'm happy for. So thank you for sharing some of this day with me. I appreciate that very much. We are about to do a planetary puja, an in-depth planetary puja, honoring planets, stars, archetypes that rule the stars, planets that rule various zodiac signs. And we're going to be using the chart of now based on my current location, which is in the state of New Mexico in the United States. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess, and also an AstroVed astrologer. And I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has said that the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. They are also a divine light being associated with each of them. And in doing this puja, we are invoking the blessings, the blessings of these light beings, as well as bringing them into our lives and also into our world. So thank you all for participating in this collective prayer effort with the planets and the stars. Greatly appreciated. So we're going to get started with looking at the chart of now. This is the South Indian style layout of the chart. There is a tutorial video below this video for those of you who might be unfamiliar with the South Indian style chart. Each of the little 12 boxes that you see represents a particular zodiac sign. To do the puja, I've drawn the chart in chalk on a little chalkboard on a side table, and that's where I'm going to be placing flower petals during the puja in appropriate places on the little blackboard chart. I also have a container of water, I have a bell, I have a hand fan, and I have a lit tea light to offer light at a certain point in the puja. To start the puja, I'm going to start with the water. Excuse me. I'm dipping the ring finger of my right hand a few times into the water and sprinkling drops of water on each side of the blackboard chart. Just a moment, I need to turn off that mic for a second and make a call. Thank you for your patience. I'm sprinkling water on all four sides of the blackboard chart, and I'm also sprinkling water on top of my head, a few drops, and I'm sending a few drops of water out into space towards all of you. whether you're watching it live or watching it later on the replay. The water is something that helps to purify. So we've symbolically purified this space for the puja and symbolically purified all of us with the little drops of water. Now I'm going to invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Shring Gam, Om Shring Gam, Om Shring Gam. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and we thank him for his help with this. Now, I'm going to do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards all of us and towards our world. We thank St. Gnanasamunda for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for teaching it to us. Now, we're going to honor various time elements that are active right now in my local area. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. Today is Thursday, ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard chart. Flowers have tremendous purity. When we hold a flower as we say a prayer or a mantra, it has such purity, it takes the vibration of the prayer or the mantra directly into the realm of the akash, or the space, or the causal element, and it creates an update to our own akashic record. So we're very grateful to the flower petals for the help they give us in the puja. Again, right now, put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. The moon is in a star called Mrgashira. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help with spiritual enlightenment. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. At the moment, we are in the first waning moon in my local area, which is called Pratipat in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said for the moon phase, we would use the Sanskrit name followed by the word Devi to honor the light being associated with it. I put the flower petals on top of the moon. Om Pratipat Devye Namaha. Om Pratipat Devye Namaha. Om Pratipat Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, that's Mars. I put the flower petals on top of Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these time elements, we would not use flower petals. We would just say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called sadhya, which has energies for diplomacy. Sadhya, sadhya, sadhya. And the karana that's active right now is one called balava, which has energies that are spiritual. Balava, Balava, Balava. Now, we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. When Dr. Pillai taught this puja, he said we would always start with whatever zodiac sign was the current ascendant sign, or the sign coming up on the eastern horizon in the local area. That's represented here on this chart with the letters AC for ascendant. In my local area, this sign is Donus, or Sagittarius. He said we would look at the ascendant sign and then honor the planet that rules the ascendant sign as a gesture of how important it is. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Today in the ascendant sign, we have Venus and we also have Mercury. Both of these planets are in the same star, so I'm going to invoke both the planets before I invoke the star. I honor Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, I honor Mercury for being in Sagittarius. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Venus and Mercury are both in a star called Mula. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help us with travel and vacation. I put the flower petals across Venus and Mercury. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Mula star is ruled by Nritti. She's a smoky goddess of transformation and change. We ask for her positive blessings. Om Nritye Namaha. Om Nritye Namaha. Om Nritye Namaha. Mula star is ruled by Ketu. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Donus, or Sagittarius, the most noble-minded of all the zodiac signs, the most idealistic. Today, containing Venus, planet of diplomacy, happiness, enjoyment of beauty and material plane comforts, and Mercury, planet of communication, business, and also a planet that helps with us in creating a better sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara, or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and also Saturn. We honor Pluto, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help us with enlightenment and prosperity. It's a star that can give long-lasting blessings. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta. This is a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. Sometimes artists portray them standing in a circle, holding hands. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, the zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that can help with rationality and science, and Saturn, a planet that helps with structure, organization, perseverance, patience, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune. We honor Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help with enlightenment and charity. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us experience deeper levels of stillness as well as forgiveness. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttarabhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says, this is a star that can help us with business development. I put the flower petals on Jupiter and ask this star to help all of us with business development. Om Uttarbhajapadaye Namaha. Om Uttarbhajapadaye Namaha. Om Uttarbhajapadaye Namaha. Uttarbhajapada's star is ruled by an archetype called Asha Ekapada, an archetype who can help, among other things, with guarding treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures, our valuables, as well as our treasure that is the earth itself. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Uttarbhajapada's star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena, or Pisces, the zodiac sign with the most metaphysical and transcendental energies, today containing Jupiter, a planet who helps with everything related to spirituality. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Strasser sign with the planet in it is Misha, or Aries, which today contains Rahu, and also Uranus, who is retrograde. Both of those planets are in the same star, so I'm going to invoke both the planets before I invoke the star. I start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus, who is retrograde. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Both Rahu and Uranus are in Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or power, or energy. I put the flower petals across both Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. We ask him to help us to be just and merciful to others, and also we ask for justice to come into our world. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that helps us to think outside the box, and Uranus, a planet that helps us with success in life, higher intelligence, and also astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars, who is retrograde, and also the moon. We start with honoring Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Rohini, a star that can give both abundance and beauty. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Rohini is ruled by Brahma, archetype of creation and creativity. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini's star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the moon for being in Taurus. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Mrgashira. Dr. Pillai says it's a star that can give spiritual enlightenment. It's also a star that gives us curiosity to be willing to explore new things. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Mrgashira star is ruled by Soma. This is a liquefied form of the moon in which he is a divine nectar, Amrita, nectar of immortality. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Mrgashira star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies and a great love of luxury and comforts, today containing Mars, who's in a star ruled by the moon. And Taurus also has the moon, which is in a star ruled by Mars. We pause for a moment and reflect on that. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star that can give divine blessings. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, the archetype who rules the wind and the air element. Vayu is also the father of Hanuman. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishika or Scorpio, which today contains the sun. We honor the sun, and I put flower petals on him. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a huge star called Jayesta. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can give blessings for courage and conflict resolution. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Jayesta is ruled by Indra, an archetype who gives blessings for leadership and courage. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Jayesta star is ruled by Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Scorpio, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishika or Scorpio, the most occult of all of the zodiac signs, today containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now I take a lit tea light and I hold it in the air above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of little flower petals. And in the air, I circle it around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now, I take a hand fan to offer the element of air, and I wave it around the chart 3 times, offering the element of air and a cooling breeze. And now I take a bell to offer the element of sound. And now I make prayer hands and make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them for their positive blessings to flow into our lives and into the lives of our friends, our families, our colleagues, our neighbors, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, a safe place to live, clean air to breathe, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, good clothes to wear. May everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for about a minute, and then we will have time for a short Q&A period. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all very much for your participation and your support, and sincere thank you for all the birthday wishes for today. Blessings very much to all of you. I see Evelyn asking me in the chat, now that I'm no longer in Florida with a roommate who couldn't tolerate scent, I could be using incense instead of the hand fan. And that's true. I have still just been using the fan because it's there on the shelf. But I could switch over to start using incense for the offering for the air element. I'm also thinking about maybe adding in a little raisin just to represent the earth element after watching Sutrita's puja last night for the full moon Shrimbrzi immersion program just to represent earth, because the flowers really represent the akash, the causal plane, the space element. Then we would have all 5 elements represented. So that may be happening for us, the switch over to incense and then also adding a raisin in the puja. Kaizening, a Japanese word for kind of making improvements as you go along. All right. Not seeing any questions in the chat, just lots of thank yous and good wishes, and I appreciate that very much. I feel very loved today. It's a big birthday, 70. And like I said at the beginning, it was so funny that my next thought was, I wonder how it will be to feel 80. So it looks like I'm going to be having longevity for this lifetime, and I'm happy for that. I'm inspired by the Queen of England, who kept working well into her 90s. And I think that's a good model for some of us, if we have our health, to just keep working and being of service to others. It gives me great joy to do this Planetary Pooja program. All right, not seeing any other questions today in the chat. I didn't catch about raisin. I'm going to maybe start offering a raisin. That's a little tiny dried grape to represent the earth element. We already offer water in the beginning. We have fire represented with the tealight. We have air represented with the fan or incense. We have the akash element represented with the flowers. We don't really have the earth element per se represented of the 5 elements. So adding the raisin would just add in that as well. So I may start doing that starting tomorrow, adjusting our puja just a little bit. All right. You sound 25, says Jarina. I definitely feel young inside. That's for sure. That's for sure. So I'm happy to have health. I'm happy to be of service to Dr. Pillai and to our community, to the world, and looking forward to a bright and beautiful future for all of us. Thank you again for helping with this planetary puja, inviting these blessings into your life, but also into our world. It does help our world, even if we're a small group, to be honoring the planets, and we're bringing in more blessings than we are maybe able to see at the moment. So thank you all for that. All right. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in all of you. And I will see you again tomorrow. Namaste. May light encompass all.